What's going on, webheads? It's your friendly neighborhood Spideyfit. Bam! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that are new to my channel, I make videos on superhero costumes and workouts to help you become the hero. In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to do your first front head spring. What is that front head spring? Well, check it out right here. Today I have a special guest named Austin, and he's going to teach us how to do a front head spring. He's actually going to go over all the progressions with me, and then I'm going to teach Jare, my wife, how to do the front head spring. She can't really do the front head spring yet, but I'm going to teach her the progressions to help her get there. So maybe one day she can do it, and so can you guys. Now the cool thing about this is that I'm going to try this in my Spider-Man costume. It's a lot harder when you're wearing the costume. You have blind spots all over the place. You can't really see where you're at, but you do your best, and that's why we practice outside of the suit first, and then we can recreate it with the costume. So stay tuned for the rest of the video so you guys can see me attempt it in my costume, maybe fail or land it. All right, guys, let's get this video started. So real quick, guys, before we get started, go ahead and give Austin a follow on TikTok. What's your handle?
Oh yeah, I'm Big Parkour Man on TikTok. Go check me out.
And you guys, if you guys don't follow me already, go follow me on Instagram at Spideyfit. So how are we gonna get started?
We're gonna be working on our bridge first. So you gotta have some good shoulder flexibility for the front head spring. We're gonna be warming up with a bridge. We're gonna go into a traditional bridge. So you're gonna scoot your hips up high off the ground. Press your elbows up towards the sky with your fingers facing your shoulders. Now you're gonna press away and look at your hands, arch your back, and just get comfortable in this position. If you can, push your chest over your shoulders.
There you go.
Try to hold that for 10 seconds. And that's a good step one to start with.
All right, so fingers towards my shoulders.
Yep.
Palms flat.
Yep, now you're gonna
elbows
press
up towards
into
ceiling,
the ground.
press up.
Yep, hips up, shoulders up. Straighten those arms. Now try to straighten your legs. Push your chest over. Push your chest away from your knees. Very good.
Oh man.
And just take 10 seconds here, take a couple deep breaths, open up your rib cage. And this is a great drill. Even if you're not learning the front head spring today, everybody should be practicing their bridge. It's gonna really improve your posture, improve your mobility, make you look more confident and open. It's a great drill.
Oh man.
All right, now we gotta try a kip up.
Okay, so this requires a little bit of strength, right?
Just requires some determination, maybe some padded ground. When I first started learning, I used my mattress in my room. I would take it off my bed and just put that on the floor or some pads or whatever, or grass. You just gotta give it a try and fall a few times. Yeah, so let's just try a few kip ups, see how they go, and if you can land that kip up, then I think you should try the front head spring.
Okay, let's try that.
So yeah, you're gonna rock back, feet come up, you kind of pike your feet over towards the ground, and then here's the exploding part. Oh, that was pretty good, nice, very good first try.
Okay.
As you guys can see, about halfway through, so I was demonstrating that bridge motion. So it was rocking back, getting into a pike, and then exploding into that bridge-like motion, gracefully and beautifully up onto his feet. And that, in short, is the kip up.
Let's try that again.
So as you see, it's very important, the timing. You rock back first, load and explode. Let's get one more of those. So load and explode. And great job getting that chest up.
So
basically
really
the taller and more confident you can land it, the better it is. All right, so yeah, if you can do a kip up, once you can do a kip up, you definitely just gotta try the front head spring, okay?
All right guys, so now we're moving on to the actual skill, which is the front head spring.
And we're gonna try it, and I'm gonna spot you, so it's safe.
Yes, let's do this.
Okay, so yeah, step one, get into a nice deep squat, hands go on the ground, fingers forward. Now just walk yourself into that, don't be afraid to fall. Walk yourself into that pike position, and then from there, explode into the head spring. So here, walk yourself into position.
Oh, so nice.
And head spring. And that's how you do it. Your turn. Yeah, there you go. Otherwise known as a rolling kip up. Perfect.
Is that it?
That's it, that's exactly it.
So now the next step would be
incorporating an obstacle, yeah.
Okay.
Doing it off something higher, but that's pretty advanced. Are you ready to try that or you want to wait?
I can try it.
Okay.
So now we're trying it on the object. Never done this before, but I have Austin who's gonna guide me through it. So
Shoot yourself away from the bench is number one.
Okay.
Tuck your head, roll through, wait till you're falling over, and then get into that bridge motion. Just a little bit higher than the ground. Ready? Go for it.
Okay.
Jump right into it. You got this. Oh. Wow, very good save. You got very close to the bench because you kicked out early.
Yeah.
Try again.
All right.
As you saw Saul right there, he kept one arm on the bench the whole time. That really saved him. Roll through, press. Yeah, there you go. Just like that. Okay. And then optional is, yeah, just tucking your head more. Ooh, and kind of giving it a little tap like I do. That's like a rolling kip up. And press away, just like that.
Okay, let me try that again.
Yeah, very good.
Better.
Yep, jump through, roll, press, excellent. Oh yeah, very good.
All right guys, so I just learned how to do a really awesome skill. I'm pretty sure you guys can learn it as well. I had a coach, Austin, thank you so much for helping me.
I hope to join you again on the channel soon.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
This video is brought to you by Manscaped.com. Manscaped is the leading brand in men's grooming. They created the first all-in-one grooming kit that makes shaving your entire body safe and effective. I know some of you guys are probably cringing right now and asking yourselves, why would Spideyfit make a video on a grooming kit? Well, back in 2015, before I started my YouTube channel, I competed in a bodybuilding competition, which I had to shave my entire body for. Now, I don't have a lot of hair because most of my hair actually went to my eyebrows. But, you know, I did use a razor blade and that sucked, guys. It took me forever to shave my body. So since then, I've been keeping up with my grooming and have used other products in the last few years. Manscaped was nice enough to send me their Perfect Package 3.0, which I tested it out and I really loved it. Since I wear my Spider-Man costumes, it's important for me to not sweat too much when I'm at a convention. Now, sometimes I can't control that because it gets really hot, but I noticed that shaving my body really helps keeping myself a lot cooler and also makes my suit stay fresh longer. All right guys, so now we're gonna break down what comes in the kit. The first thing is the Lawnmower 3.0. I actually used this the other day and it works amazing. The cool thing I like about this is that it has a built-in LED light, so when I'm shaving, I can actually see exactly what I'm shaving, which is great. Also, it's water resistant and it has a long-lasting battery life. It's kind of nice if you're traveling and you're taking this around, it'll last you for days. So, it also comes with a deodorant and a toner. So the cool thing about this, guys, is that Manscaped was nice enough to give me a discount code for you to use at checkout. It's Spidey20. What you'll get is 20% off your entire purchase, along with free shipping worldwide, and you'll get 2 free gifts. One of them being the Shed. It's a carrying case that you can use when you're traveling. You can put all your manly accessories in here, and you'll also get a free boxer. You'll also receive replacement blades every 3 months so that your razor stays nice and sharp. If you guys are interested in getting something like this, use the discount code Spidey20. The link is in the description box below. Thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to the tutorial. All right, guys, huge shout out to Austin for giving us a basic overview of the Headspring. I learned a lot from it, and I'm pretty athletic, guys, and some of you guys are beginners out there, like Jare. Probably won't be able to nail it on your first try, but today we're going to show Jare how to do this, a variation of this movement, if not the actual movement if she can, and hopefully you can do this. What'd you think?
Yeah, it looks really hard. Like, I'm a complete beginner, so I really need to break it down and not only do the physical strength part of it, but also like getting over the fear of, you know, flipping upside down and standing on my head like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, it's a lot easier than it looks, but with, you know, practice and consistency, you guys can achieve it as well. And today we're going to show you how Jare can do it with a movement that she feels comfortable doing. All right, you ready for this?
yeah, let's do it.
Cool, let's break it down.
All right.
All right, so the first variation of the skill is the bridge, and we're going to start off with just a simple tabletop. So Jare, go ahead and place your feet, you know, shoulder width apart, and then go ahead and raise your hips up. Good. Squeeze at the top, squeeze the glutes, and come back down. Good. Now do that one more time. And when you're doing this, you want to focus on really squeezing the shoulder blades here and lifting through your chest as opposed to your lower back, and then slowly come down to the starting position. One more time. Really squeeze the shoulder blades and come back down. Great. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and bring one arm up, right? So as you come up, I want you to choose a side and then just lift up and then really reach over your shoulder as much as possible. Great. So you really want to get good extension through here, right? And that's also going to open up the shoulders, the thoracic spine, and allow you to get that back bend. And come back down. Good. Try the other side. Push, 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 push. Good. Full extension through here, thoracic extension, and come back down. All right, so now we're going to move on to the next variation, and this is a full bridge. She has the bridge down, the tabletop. Now we're going to go ahead and break it down even further. Okay, so go ahead and lie on your back. And the reason why we're doing this, guys, is because this is going to help you open up your shoulders, your chest, your upper back, and that's important when doing the head spring, okay? So she has her hands by her shoulders right here. Elbows are going to be a little tighter here. And from here, she's just going to go ahead and bring her hips up a little higher. Good. And then what we're going to do, the first variation, is we're just going to simply place the top of our head on the grass, right? Or on the floor, wherever you're at. So go ahead and press up, place the top of your head on the floor, rest it there, and come back down. Good, bring the hips back down. Do that one more time. And this is just going to get her comfortable in that hip position, right? So when you're doing a head spring, come back down, sorry. When you're doing a head spring, you want to get comfortable getting on your head, okay? And that's usually what you want to do in the beginning. Eventually, when you get stronger, you really don't have to tap your head. You almost like float with bent arms, and then you kind of just... Now we're going to do a partial rep, and what this means is that she's going to push up as high as possible, keeping a slight bend on the elbow. And a lot of you guys might feel comfortable doing this variation here because the bridge is pretty hard, especially if you don't have the flexibility. So, Jari, go ahead and demo that for us. Push up, right about there. So notice how our elbows are slightly bent, almost like a 90-degree angle from here to here, and then come back down again. So once you feel comfortable with this variation, and you feel like you have the strength to really extend those arms out and lock those elbows, then you're ready for the full bridge. So Jari, go ahead and place your hands back by your shoulders. Good, make sure that you're pressing through your knuckles here, guys. Not so much here, but mostly through your knuckles. All right, so go ahead and bring your hips up. Push, 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 and extend. Good, and come back down. Okay, so that's the bridge, guys. And if you want to make this exercise a little bit harder, you can actually bring your legs out a bit further and just really extend, you know, the hip flexors, and it's gonna just emphasize the stretch a lot more. And it's pretty hard. So
yeah, it requires a lot of shoulder strength, but it feels really good because you're opening up your chest.
Right.
Yeah.
And so again, work with whatever variation you feel comfortable doing, the first one, the second one, or the third one. And once you're done with that, then we can go ahead and do the next drill. All right, guys, so now we're on to the strength portion of the head spring. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do basically a pike push-up, also known as an inverted press. Okay, so we're gonna break this down with two different variations. So the first one, we're gonna get you into a downward facing dog. You know what that is?
I sure do.
Okay, so go ahead and place your hands about shoulder width apart. Great. Again, Jari has great flexibility. You can see how, long she is here. Legs are locked. If you don't have that flexibility, don't worry. You can go ahead and slowly bend your knees. Good, and bring your hips up a little higher. Good. And that's perfectly fine, guys. If you have that, don't worry about it. You can still work towards the inverted press. So go ahead and lock your knees. Awesome. Now I'm gonna have her shift her weight towards her knuckles right down here. Good. Her eyes are facing through this window right in here. And what you're gonna do, Jari, is you're gonna dive forward, placing the crown of your head on the floor, keeping those elbows in. Good. You're gonna stop right there. And then I want you to go ahead and bring your knees down and push back up. Good. Nice little bit of hair there.
So fun.
Cool. So don't worry if you can't press all the way up on your own. This is why we're doing the first variation. And let's try that one more time here, okay? So hands shoulder width apart. Now you're in your downward facing dog. Yeah, you're gonna go ahead and shift your way over to your knuckles and then dive forward, keeping those elbows tucked as much as possible. Rest the top of your head and bring your knees down and push away. Good.
Yeah.
You feel pretty confident with that?
I do, yeah. That's an easier variation for me, but it is very challenging when you first start doing it. That's where I started when I first learned these. So.
Yeah, so now we're gonna go ahead and push all the way up, okay?
All right.
I need a good solid rep here. Okay, so she's down in her downward facing dog. I want you to walk your feet forward a tiny bit. Good. Awesome. Again, great flexibility, hips up in the air, and then go ahead and shift your way towards your knuckles there. Good. Tuck your chin, dive forward, keep going, keep going, keep going, and push back, push, 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 push. Awesome. One, give me one more. Down, 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 and push. Ooh, nice, and come back down. Good job.
Oh, nice. I couldn't do that before.
You couldn't, right?
No, that's awesome.
Great. Looks like you got stronger.
Yeah, I certainly, definitely
All that
did.
barbell training has been paying off.
Yeah, been barbell training and getting the pressing strength up, so it makes this movement easier.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know how to do this movement, I have an awesome Spideyfit At Home Training program that you guys can do at home. It breaks down this whole skill along with other movements that you guys can do to become more like the infamous web slinger. So go ahead and check it out. Link in the description box below. All right, guys, so now you have the inverted pike press. It's a very hard exercise to do, but once you get it down, you're now ready to do a headstand. So the way we're gonna break this down is very similar to the pike press, and that is get into a tripod position, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get into a downward facing dog. And what I mean by tripod is that you wanna aim your head all the way down here to create a nice little triangle here, okay, like a tripod. Okay, so go ahead and dive forward, tuck your chin. Good. From here, she's gonna walk her feet, placing her knees on her triceps. Keep those elbows in as much as possible. Good. Awesome. So this is a great one to just start practicing getting comfortable on your head and slowly come back down to your downward facing dog. Good. And push back up.
Ooh.
How did that feel?
Good. I've done it before, but honestly, if you are in a good tripod position, it is easy to float there. So I notice when I tense my core and really engage my core, it's much easier to get in that position and hold it.
All right, guys, so the next variation of the headstand is we're gonna have Jarre get into a 90-degree angle with her legs. So she's gonna be doing like a pike headstand. So go ahead and get into your starting position here. Good. And then hips up. Good. Now from here, I just want you to bend your knees and kind of balance at the same time and try to bring your legs up at the same time, okay? Boom, 1, perfect. 2, nice, 3, and 4. Back up. So how'd that feel?
Yeah, it was definitely easier that time.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, definitely worked your core, and it kind of gives you an idea of balance.
Right, that's the beginning portion of the movement of the headspring.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
That you want to get into tripod, and then you want to bounce off from your toes. You want to bounce and try to get that leg extension to get your feet over.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to use that little bounce, and we're going to get you into a bridge.
So we're going to bounce and then go over to it. Okay.
You feel comfortable with that?
I guess so.
Okay.
Let's try it.
Good. So you're ready? Get a nice little bounce. It's okay if it takes a couple of tries.
Yeah. And just bounce into the bridge?
Into the bridge, yep.
Okay.
Perfect. And if you have the strength, come back up. Good. Okay. And relax.
Cool.
All right, guys, so that's about it for Jarre. She can only do, that was really good though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a start.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great start. And some of you guys might get there. Some of you guys will be a little bit slower, and that's okay. The goal here is to teach you guys how to do all the variations for the headspring. And if you feel comfortable with this, and you can do the variations that Austin and I did, and just rock it. So, what'd you think?
I thought it was really fun, honestly. I think it's fun to have a skill to work up to. It gives me motivation to practice my strength, to practice my flexibility. I mean, everyone says, oh yeah, I need to stretch more or whatever, but having a skill to work towards makes it more motivating to actually do it, so.
And actually stretching and doing some of the movements that we did here, flexibility was an important thing, and balance. It's actually better than just sitting there and like stretching your hamstrings or your quads, right? Or like, so it's just, it gives you a purpose.
Exactly. So it's really fun.
Yeah. So guys, if Jare can do it, a lot of you guys can do it. I mean, she's not very like athletic when it comes to like parkour or tricking. And you know, I'm still a beginner when it comes to this stuff, but I've learned enough to be able to teach some of this stuff, and that's why we're teaching you here today. All right guys, so now I'm gonna suit up and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a couple of front head springs in my costume, because I know you guys like Spider-Man, and why not dress up? So, you ready for that?
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see what you got.
Okay, let's go. All right guys, that is a front head spring. Pretty freaking cool, right? I'm glad I was able to learn it and teach Jare how to do this. Huge shout out to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. Also to Austin for coming out, spending the time to give us a quick little overview of the front head spring. And also Jare for being a good sport and doing all the progressions for you guys so you can learn how to do your first head spring. Guys, comment down below and let me know what progression you guys are on. And if you have any questions, let me know and I'll do my best to answer all of your questions. I've been really busy with my online business called Heroic Strength. This is where we do online training and nutrition to help people become the hero. We're inspired by superheroes, and this is why we created this brand. This is why I haven't been here on YouTube, but I'm doing my best to pump out content for you guys so you can become the hero. Guys, before you go to your next video, make sure to subscribe. It really helps my channel. Also, hit that notification button so you guys can get notified when I post my next video. It really means a lot to me, and I appreciate all your support. All right, I'll see you guys next time.